And now, without further ado, I have the distinguished honor and privilege of presenting to you the Queen of Color, the Mother of Artists, globally acclaimed, award-winning master acrylic artist, and the star of our show, Ginger Cook, as she once again mesmerizes her audience with the daring do's and don'ts of painting with acrylics. All these buttons. I'm so confused on my buttons tonight. Ginger, hello.
Hey. Hi. Are we on, John?
We are on 3 minutes early because we were playing with our buttons.
Speak for yourself. I wasn't playing with buttons.
Oh,
well. But anyway, I was kind of straightening up my desk and looking around, thinking about if we were 3 minutes early, what could we do? So I've had this thought, you guys, and we'll probably do this on our Facebook later on our Facebook club. But I was thinking, just like piano scales, even though we're going to do a painting today of this cool Mardi Gras mask, while we're waiting for a few people to join us, you guys want to do something fun?
I do.
All right, so here's what we could do. John, just scoot down to our table. Just aim the camera down at the table. This is what we're going to paint tonight, okay?
And getting there, hold on.
Right, okay. So I thought one of the things, if you just did this every day, had a little tiny, sketchbook no bigger than your hand, and every day you just took a few minutes and sketch something, date it, don't show it to anybody, and just see what happens in about a year. I think you'd be really shocked. So one of the things I thought we'd do, while we're waiting for people, right, I just thought, well, let's just do something kind of fun. Let's just take, let's make 2 straight lines like this. You guys are going to find something to draw on, just old scrap of paper, doesn't matter, right? Okay, now what I want you to do is, let's do a dotted line down the center, okay? A little dot like that, okay? And we want to come down about, okay, so here's a straight line across here, like a staple. Now, what I want to do is like a mark here and a mark here, and I'm just going to kind of curve this line like this, okay? With me? Now, I'm going to do the same thing up here. I'm going to come down and then curve this right here like that, okay? With me? Like that. Now, I want to go up here with another dot, and then what I want you to do is just make this oval, okay? Make the oval like that. So if you're doing this and then you're doing that, we don't want you to do that. We want you to make this very skinny oval, okay, like that. Okay, this little oval, see? So if you can, because this is the thing that I've noticed that more people have trouble with than anything else is this, and, and then now, okay, so we're going to say, now to get something a 3D effect, okay, you've got to, we talked about this before. Sometimes photographs, this happens when you're looking at a photograph, people don't generally, when they have a photograph of a still life and stuff like that, the lights are coming from everywhere, overhead, from the side, so you really can't say for sure it's coming from here. But you can say, but if we did say the light was coming from here, then say this side of my cup would be darker, okay? All right, now this is sort of interesting because when you're kind of, sketching that in, let me just show you something else, because brush direction is everything, okay? So if I'm saying that this is, this is my, here's the curve of my cup and I'm going this way, okay? If I'm going up and down like this, it won't look as round as if I'm making marks going this way. I mean, it's really interesting. And the same thing happens, for instance, if you're doing a wave like that, right? And there's a wave and then this is coming over the top like that, okay? There's our wave. Can you see that, okay? I'm just going to talk a little bit about that, right? If your brush directions are going up and down like this when you're painting the inside of the wave, it won't be as effective as if you curve them like that. So think about 2 things. Think about brush direction, the direction actually that you're doing when you want something to look a certain way. It isn't just the getting the color or figuring out which side of the the cup needs the shading. It's also the directions of your brush. Now the last thing, how are we doing pretty much here? I think everybody's kind of caught up. We're going to try and do some of these things, these little 10-minute, 5-second, 10-second little drawing
10
sketches.
minute, 5 second, 10 second. Now, I'm a little confused. You went from 10 minutes down to 10 seconds.
Well, it wasn't 10 minutes. I'm looking, it's like 3 minutes, right? Maybe the 3-minute drawing thing, right?
Well, I'm just
3
saying.
minutes. It's kind of a 3-minute thing. But what could you learn in 3 minutes about drawing? You know, what could you observe about 3 minutes in drawing? And I've got a friend, her name is Helen, right? And she's one of our Academy members. And I want to just point out one thing. This is for Helen, okay?
Wait, everybody else don't listen. This is just for Helen.
This is Helen. All right. So what you have here, when you have a sky, the ground is called, where the ground meets the sky, this is called your horizon line. So not to get too technical, but that's a, you know, far horizons, this is, you know, that sort of thing. This is your horizon line, okay? So all lines work off the horizon line.
All what?
So all your perspective lines work off your horizon line, okay? Now, in what they call single perspective or one-point perspective, the best example I can give you is a railroad track. All right? Now, if I'm saying you have something called the vanishing point, and what that means is that that's so far away that it's now down to a single dot. So if we said this was our vanishing point here, okay, and I was doing a railroad track, okay, so my railroad track, even though the rails, you know, these ones, these cross pieces, what do you call these things?
The ties?
No, these ones, the ties, railroad ties. Yeah, thanks. These railroad ties, even though they're going parallel, okay, but the tracks go all the way back. Now, the other thing that happens is when you're doing any kind of something like that perspective is that the farther things get away from you as a viewer, the less bright they are, and so if you had some very, very white, you know, and also they get skinnier. But here's our white rails. So as you went back on your railroad track, the actual light gray tracks would be darker gray because they're going farther away. This is just one of the things that happens. So we've learned some interesting things today in our happy little sketching. Okay, so anyway, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, this is the place to be. We certainly invite you to do so. Today we're going to be doing this fun Mardi Gras mask, and I think what sort of has this abstract quality, but we're going to be doing something a little bit more on the face. I started with an 8x10 blue canvas, all right, kind of an ultramarine blue, a little purple with it. And we do have, where do we have that traceable, John?
It's on our website.
On our website, people ask that all the time, where do you find the traceables? And also, if you ever go to my Pinterest, Ginger Cook Live, all one word, Pinterest, you can easily find pictures there to print out too, you know, if you get a little, you know, so you can do that too. So, okay, so the first thing we want to do is we're going to the only thing I'm going to trace is the face and maybe part of the head. The rest of us, we're going to ad lib. How's that? And yours is going to look a little different than mine, and this is where the abstract feeling of this comes in. So this is sort of, it's got some abstract feeling to this Mardi Gras mask, and it's got, you know, some real detailed stuff, okay, which is kind of fun. And I had someone write me today from New Orleans. She lives in New Orleans, excuse me, and anyway, she was saying that she loved this picture. She said that of all the different ones that she looked at over the years, that they get new posters every year for Mardi Gras, this was one of her favorites. So I consider that a huge compliment. Thank you very much. And if somebody wants to know where I got the original photo from this, I can't show it to you, but my original photo came from Paint My Photo. And if you go to Ginger Cook and under Gallery, if you want the actual original photo, you know, print that out, you can do that too, but you have to do that on your own. All right, so then what we're going to do is we've got this. We're going to use some, last night we showed you how to trace something on if you didn't have tracing paper. Remember, we showed you that. And tonight we're going to show you how to, we're just going to use our Sorel tracing paper. I love the fact you can just keep using it over and over again because we have so very little we need to do. And we've got our fancy pens. I've got a red pen here I'm going to be using. And let's just see if this works, by the way. Oh, yeah, it's working. All right. So like I say, last night we did the pears, and we traced those on. And I'll show you these because I think this is really, really fun. This is, if you didn't do this last night, this is a fun lesson, really abstract. We're getting a little abstract tonight. I've had people ask me to do this kind of painting style. How do you do this painting style? So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to come along here with my pen. Now let's see, I've tested it to make sure that it does work. And I'm going to come along here like this. And just all I have to do is just get the face, you know, like I don't need a lot. All right, I really don't need a lot. I just need the eyes and the nose. And then what you want here is you want to make sure you've got the little dark spot for the nostril, and we'll do this like that. And then the lips are very bowed. They were in the original photograph too. The lady had really exaggerated little, well, it's a mask, you know, and that's, there you go. So let's see, if I think that's pretty much here, and then here's the top of her head, and maybe I'll see where the shoulder is. I think that's about all I need. Can you guys see that? I think really that's all I need. Let's see, is there anything else? Because I you know, the rest of this, you know, you can just sort of put in, okay? So is there anything else I want on here like this? I think that's it. Seems like that got awfully close to the nose. Is that right? Did this move on me? I don't think so. Let's see. Nope, we're good. All right, so putting the paper away. I mean, that's pretty simple. And I want you to see how many times we've used this over and over and over again. It's a really good value when you figure you can get a whole bunch of this for like under what, $6, right, John?
Yes.
You know, so I mean, you get
It's
all
reasonable.
5 colors. It's really reasonable. You can use it over again. You can buy it in rolls, but you know that's more expensive. And you know, I mean, considering you don't throw it away when you're done. You just keep using it. But a roll would be good if you had a great big painting, for instance. All right, so now I'm going to just remove this, and you're going, wow, there's just not a lot to that, is there? I'm going, nope, not too much. So one of the things I want to do is that generally speaking, what we want is we're just going to get some white paint. And what we want to do is just paint the face in while we're just fooling around here. How's that? And we're going to take a little tiny brush, and just because we got a little bit of details, this is my smallest Ruby Satin Silver angle brush. This is a 1/4 inch. And I'm just going to take white paint, and I'm just going to come around here like this and paint this, because I'm going over purple. Do you see that? And so it's not going to cover as beautifully as it would, say, over yellow, for instance, or something like that. The white is going to show a little bit of the purple through it. So this is just my first layer of color, and I'll just leave a little bit of the outline of the lips and so forth. Paint this in. And while I'm doing this, John, do we have any awesome questions that we can answer while we're here?
Well, we did. As we came on, somebody asked, how many live people do we have on tonight? And I'm willing to say that everybody on the show this evening is alive. So,
oh, you're so funny.
Well, I'm not sure what they were looking for, because
well, they probably wanted to know the number of live people.
It's right there on their screen.
You've got to get you've got to give us a while to get the numbers up. It takes a while for people to find us, which is why we did the
5-second drawing.
The 5-second drawing. So, and we will be doing a giveaway tonight. 2 giveaways. We're going to be giving away some lessons, thanks to a very kind donation from one of our viewers who said she sent us some money, and she said, please give away 4 1-week lessons at Ginger Cook Live Academy of Fine Art and Acrylic Painting to someone who's never been a member, never done a week anything. So we gave 2 away last night, and we're going to do that again today. We're going to give away 2 of those today too. How's that? That sounds fun? Yeah. Yes and yes. Yeah. Yes and yes. Yeah. All right. So this is just my underpainting for the white. I'll have to give it another coat of white, but at least it kind of blocked it. Can you see that? It kind of blocked it in here for our face like that. This is a really I really enjoyed painting this, because masks are, there's masks in almost every culture, and I think it's kind of cool. And then we've got something that's coming around here like this. Just do something like that, okay? So you're going, wow, that's really? That's it? You're going, yeah, that's it. So the course we'll spend some time really working on the face, all right, for sure. But at least we've got at least our first layer of paint in here, okay? All right, very good. So now I'm going to put that brush in water, and we'll put out a little bit more paint. That's where the white went. Normally I put the white up here, so I'll just put the white in front. Normally you see me put the white up here, and I normally put out...
yeah, where are your labels at?
Let's put out some labels. Well, I got kind of ahead of myself. I wanted to get this up and drying, okay? So I wanted to do that, so it could be drying, because that can make a difference. So anyhow, those are some things I wanted to mention. And then we had somebody sent me in, I do personal art coaching on our website for our monthly and annual members. And somebody, one of our members sent me in a painting, and it was a Monet. And this particular individual was having a little bit of difficulty getting the brush strokes to look like Monet's. And let's see, that goes over here. And what I want to mention is that the old dead guys, the Impressionists, they all used oil paint. And what happens is, and they would go out on location and paint, and it wasn't drying. So how they did it was that they would literally, you ever played that game where you put the hands on top like this? If somebody, a couple people, literally they put the paint very gently, layered it on top of another. Little tiny brush strokes, very small brush strokes. So again, we're talking about the direction of the brush strokes, set everything, and they had to do it very gently, because if you dug too deep, you'd start mixing colors, all right? So if you look at it really close, you can see overlapping brush strokes. So that's something to consider too, and you want to watch the direction of where people are putting the brush strokes too. That makes a big difference. Now we're looking for phthalo blue here somewhere. I've got this is a really, really fun picture because there's not a lot of different colors in it. We've got cad yellow medium in it for sure. And
if
to make some of these green
labels, and you're not a member of the Facebook group, just use to contact us for them.
Yeah, these are, these are Avery labels. We're happy to send you the template. I suggest you keep one of them blank so you can write some stuff in your own. You might have some paint that's different colors than I'm using. It's good to have some blank ones too, so you can just write them in yourself. But these just print out on your computer, which is kind of handy. So let's see. I'm still looking for phthalo blue here on my
right where your thumb is.
Ah, so it is. There we go. Phthalo blue.
Cindy would like to know, is abstract and painting with a dry brush usually hard for beginners?
Oh, it's just, everything's kind of hard for beginners when you're first starting out, so you might as well just dive off the deep end and try it, just see what happens, right? Because, one person, it might just be counterintuitive, and someone else might go, oh, I get this. So it's hard to, I wouldn't say one is more difficult than another. I think that's pretty much as far as the colors go. I know that's kind of amazing. Maybe the magenta. Maybe I'll spring for the magenta. Here, maybe I'll do that. And, oh yeah, mixing white. Here's a little magenta. Oh, did I want cad red medium in this? I don't think I used it. Oh, I had purple. Yeah, maybe some mixing white. Okay. That's your transparent white or zinc white. Okay. All right. So we'll start with that. And what I want to do, while this is all drying, so this is almost dried now, and we've been just chatting, put my little red pen away. The reason you want a colored pen when you're tracing something is because you see, now I know where I've been, so that I was talking to you, I didn't miss something because we were chatting. If sometimes it's a blue pen, you don't see it. I like the red or, colored pen. That's kind of cool. All right, so let's see. We probably want some sort of round brush. I think we washed something like that just the other day. Here it is. This is a Bristolon number 8 round brush, but you could use a bright brush also, a squared off brush, but you want it fairly stiff. And the first thing, we're going to kind of come out from the edges and work our way in. So we've got this dark purple. Oh, I didn't put the paint out. Well, we should do that, don't you think? We should put the paint out. What a splendid idea.
There's no need for paint.
Yeah, okay.
This is going to be new.
Yeah, we're going to put some paint out here. Well, all right, so
Taking all the
let's
challenge away.
put them out. Now it comes up, Liquitex was the first one to come up with phthalo blue green shade and phthalo blue red shade. You want the phthalo blue green shade if you're using Liquitex, and ultramarine blue you want the red shade, okay? Dazzling purple is a really wonderful color to own. I really like that. You can see I use that a lot in my pictures.
Use a lot of it.
We use a lot. I use that. Probably people would say, what are the two colors you use the most? Probably Cad Red Medium and Dazzling Purple are the two ones that, and white are the ones I use probably the most. And then after that, maybe yellow, for sure. I use a lot of yellow, and then probably both blues, both blue colors. Here's a little of our mixing white. That's your little transparent white. Now the trick is not to overwork this. What I mean by that is just kind of do something and stop. If you must do it again, let it dry between layers. So here's our Cad Red Medium. And normally I wouldn't have a pile of white there, but I don't know. That's where I had it. Okay, so it looks like she's got a mustache, doesn't he? How fun. Okay, so with that, we had to leave that there for now. So, all right, so I'm going to just start here. I'm going to take a little bit of purple and ultramarine blue. I'm going to come up here like that in the corner, even though it's already painted. Take a little bit of white and phthalo blue, okay, and a tiny bit, like less than 1% of Cad Red Medium, which is sitting on the magenta pile. We don't know why. This is just where.
I wasn't going to say anything. I'm trying to mind my own
business. You were going to say something.
No.
You were going to say something. He was, wasn't he? You know he was going to say something.
Now the bear, being him, very.
You think the bear was going to say something?
Yeah.
The bear had his hand over your mouth.
Yes, he did.
I'm Cad Red Medium. There you go. There you go. Well, the reason this is kind of handy, I used to write these all out, and I thought, this is like Groundhog Day. Let's get them. But what's handy is after you mix all your colors for a while, you can't remember anything is. This is kind of, and if you I don't necessarily have the best way to lay these out. This is how I lay them out. But however you lay your paint outs, do it the same every time. That would be one thing I would suggest. All right, so here's a little bit of the white.
I've got a question for you on this mixing and things. All right. Shelley would like to know, how much water do you use on brushes? Looks like you use mostly a dry brushing technique here.
Well, I hardly ever use water on the brushes. And now look, but the paint's wet. Look what happened here. See, the paint's wet. Do you see that? So then there's the, going to go right next to here. See? So this was wet and that was wet, so it all blended together. Do you see that? So if I were to use any water, I would put the water on the brush and then wipe it off, really wipe it off. So a damp brush would probably be the most I use. Now let's come back again here with a little purple, and let's come on over here to this side. I never did get the magenta out. I'm going to get that out anyway. Okay, I don't know that we're going to need it, but I'll put it out. Okay, so then here's a little bit of purple ultramarine blue. Put that there. Then we're going to come back with the phthalo blue and white. Let's get some more white. Okay.
Hold on a second.
And then maybe a little ultramarine.
Frozen over on the main screen, but
who's frozen?
The main screen's frozen.
Am I frozen?
I'm still broadcasting good and we're still looking good, but the main screen says we're going to be stopping any minute.
Can I keep going?
Might as well. It's not being recorded, though.
No, not being recorded.
No.
All right. So, are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, this isn't good.
No.
Okay.
I must have started recording where we are now. See if that'll help, but this is just totally weird.
We've had such great success with this. I'm so surprised.
I wonder if we lost internet in some way. Well, I think that thing's coming in. No, it's fine. We're broadcasting, but YouTube's not getting it.
Okay.
I don't think it's us. I think it's them.
So, is it recording?
Well, yeah, I've started recording, but we lost the first. I didn't have it recording a very big part at the beginning. Okay.
So, is there any point in carrying on with this, or we should just bag the whole thing? Well, it's recording.
So let's go ahead and pretend like everybody's being able to see it. They're saying it's showing up on my iPad still. It says YouTube on the main screen is telling me we're not doing it. So let's just keep going.
All right. You see, I've gone over the I've gone over the, this another time. I kind of lost the lips a little bit, but I've gone over this face one more time with white while I was waiting for you to decide what we're doing, okay? So I'll come back here with my big brush, and we're just going to keep going with the, now I might add a little bit of tiny yellow, a little tiny bit of yellow to the phthalo blue, get into a little bit of the turquoise color like this. I might put some in here like that. And then I'm going to take a little bit of white and
That's a
purple.
great color.
A little bit of white and purple. Maybe put some of this color in here like that. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe the brush and kind of barely touch it, just blending in some colors. Here's a little blue, just ultramarine blue, just kind of putting some colors on here like that. And let's see, now for sure here, now what we've got going here is we're going to say that we've got some brush strokes going down this way. And I really like the phthalo blue, the light phthalo blue here in the front. I like all this. And it's got some, and I want a little bit lighter right around the face. Okay, and I can come pretty close to the face here. Just the next layer of color, like that. Maybe I want some light over here. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of moving the colors around, kind of like when we did the pears last night, all right? I like did the pears last night, but we're doing just in these blue colors. All right, now down in here, I want this a little bit darker. So if I add a little tiny bit of cad red medium to the phthalo blue, a tiny bit of cad red medium and white, we're going to gray that color out a bit. So instead of using black, we're going to come down in here and we're going to say there's some, gray color. Maybe here, make that a little bit darker. Let's see, what do we got here? Something?
Which brush are you using again?
You just use that this round one, this number.
That was an 8?
Number 8 Bristol-on silver brush. But I feel like if you didn't have that, you could use a bright brush. Here's a fairly stiff bright brush. I'll do it with this too, so you can kind of see. Now, here's some white here coming up here like this.
But the idea is you need a stiff brush to do this.
Yeah, stiff brush, and I'm just kind of going back and forth like this, and the movements are all going down. And let's see, I know I want something pretty dark up here. So here's some purple up here above her on her head,
well, it says the feed's back and good, so maybe we're back among the living.
All right, so we're going to come here like this, but you can see that a little white here. And I'm constantly switching colors. Maybe I'm going to come down here like this next to her head with a little of this blue, a little bit of white. Okay.
Well, it's interesting that you assume this is a female.
It's a female, John.
Well,
not the way I've drawn it yet, but it's a female.
Okay.
It's not the way I've drawn it yet, but yes, look here, it's a female. So, sorry.
Well, you've been to Mardi Gras. Some of the guys kind of dress up a little funny.
Okay, that's true. That's
Just
true. I'm not saying, well, it's true. I'm going to take a little magenta and add it to my purple and add a little bit of that color in here too.
Hey, we want to welcome Susan, who is new here.
Oh, thanks, Susan. Welcome. All right, so we're going to want some dark under here, some kind of dark blue maybe, purple under this way. And it's just coming around her face like this. And in other words, the background is a little darker than I want, but I started off with that, and then I'm adding colors. Does that make sense? We're adding colors. This is the darkest spot I've got is right up here above her head. And maybe some dark coming back in this way, like that. So we're just going to play with the background. What I love about this is playing with the background a bit. A little bit of phthalo blue and white and yellow makes this wonderful teal color. It's a great color. Put some more white with that. I love teal. I mean, teal is one of my favorite colors. And all right, let's just come around here next to the face. Okay. Oh, I got something up here like this. Now, this is probably a little bit bigger brush than I need for any more than this. Does that make sense? But let's just let's take a little bit of white. Let's take some mixing white and purple. Maybe come off this way. Make that a little darker. Okay, here we go. Just, all right, here we go. Something like that. Okay, so I want something dark right here on the edge, to kind of bring your eye back into her. Something dark right there, and we'll leave it like that. So while that's happily drawing. You like that? Happily drawing. We're going to take our small little brush, which we had somewhere, and we're just going to work on the face for a while. We'll let all this dry.
So I can zoom in on the face a little bit?
You can zoom in on the face. And what I'm out of is white paint, so we'll put more white paint out. And it's a good thing white is a cheap paint because it's less expensive to buy because we sure use a lot of it. Now, how we're going to get the nose, the shape of the nose, is we have to get that with shadow. So we're going to say that this light nostril of the nose here, we're going to take a little bit of time here to work on the nose. We're going to do that.
Hey, we'd like to thank the Two World Swings for the donation, and thanks Ginger is the comment.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you very much. Want a little bit of shadow under the chin. I'm going to take a little bit of magenta and white and blue. Okay, like that. And I want to say light here. Let's see, a little bit of this blue with that. Right here on the face. Let's say here's my shadow color on her face. And I'm going to just add a little more white to that. Acrylics dry darker. So we're going to come under here. So the left side of her face is darker. It's got a little bit of a shadow. Okay, and then here, so that there's a little bit of a shadow right here.
Hey, I'd like to thank Eric for the donation.
Oh, thanks, Eric.
And his comment is, love the blue theme.
Oh, cool. Hey, I want to congratulations to, I think it was Jason that wrote me today and said that he had done the pears with me live last night, took it to work, and 3 people tried to buy it from him right then. Is that not the best? Okay. So wonderful. And I have to say that some of you guys, that you're members of our painting club, and I got to tell you that some of the pears came in and they were so awesome. You know, the thing about something like the wild pears that we did, these rainbow pears, is no two paintings are going to look exactly alike. They're going to be a little bit different, but I love the interpretations of how people did them. Okay,
it's absolutely a great collection. We're going to try to put them together into an album as soon as we figure out how to do that.
I've just been really enjoying that, right? So here
Somebody
we go.
at the very beginning, which scrolled by, wanted to know why their pears came out looking like a patchwork.
Because you probably just did 2 small little brush strokes. You know, we layered, and you've got to remember when I was doing mine, I was talking to you guys, and then I get distracted and talk about something else. But if you're doing it right, then you got to dry between colors. Keep this in mind. Your colors are always going to go muddy on you and be a hot mess. Where's my color wheel? Got a color wheel. Huh? Well, there was. Oh, here it is. Okay, so here's your color wheel. So what you want to know about a color wheel is that if a color is opposite, like orange is opposite turquoise. Well, if you're playing around with wet orange and you put turquoise on it, you're going to make a muddy color. So you've got to make sure that your warm and cool colors, you dry between them, you know, which I wasn't doing because I was allowing the time to dry for me. Does that make sense? So time was a little bit drying. Time was on my side last night when I was drawing. Okay, so I went a little bit of a shadow here under the chin, not too much. Then I'm going to take some more white paint, and then there's just like this. Ooh, that wasn't white. When you're dealing with white, you've got to constantly rinse your brush. So here I wanted to, that's not going to paint over, I don't think, but here, this part of the chin right here was light. Okay, and up here under the nostril, we're going to take a little bit of, just the tiniest bit. We're just going to suggest that there's a little bit of a nostril right there. And I think I want the magenta and white, a little tiny bit of, pink on this side of the nose, like that. Maybe over here. You know, nothing's ever completely white. There's always colors, right? So there's lights and darks and things. So here we go. So we'll play with that a little bit. And okay, so we're getting our nose in, and the big drama with this is the eyes. That's going to be the big drama here. A little bit of light right here in the corner of the eyes, like that, because that's going to be our big drama. And I might even didn't do it on this one, but I might make sure that I have some light right under the base of this eye, like this. Okay. And right up here too. So there we go. like this is curves out a little bit. Okay, it's easy to lose your outside edge. It's really easy on something like this to lose it, but here we go. Let's see, let's coming in here like that, and like that. All right, so now let's see if we can't, I'm going to wet the brush, okay, then pinch it off, then using just the side of it and maybe a little mixing white, I'm going to blend this shadow side of the mask into this other side. So it's still in shadow, but it isn't as dramatic as I first made it, okay? Okay, because there's a little bit of mixing white going over that. I've still got a shadow, but she's still pretty what is that word? White masked, not karaoke. What is it?
Oh, you're talking about the Japanese.
Japanese mask. What did they call that when they're?
Sorry, don't know.
Can't remember, but you know what I'm talking about.
It's a K, isn't it? Some people know.
Yeah, and it's so I'm going to come in here a little bit closer in here like that to the to my face. It's easy enough to do, but you can always go ahead and round the face out. Okay, so let's take let's see. I want a little bit higher here, so I'm going to round that out a little bit like that. A little bit more white right there, kind of level that off. Okay. Now let's put a little white on here like this, just right next to this. Okay. And let's see, what else could we do on this? Okay, her little nose is
I'd like to thank Ms. Brooke for the donation.
Well, thank you so much. Really so nice. I want to make sure we have a sharp angle here under the nose like that. And then for the mouth, let's just take a little bit of, I'm going to exaggerate the mouth a little bit. These bow lips that are coming up here like that. I kind of lost it before, but we're going to go ahead and put it in there. And then I'll take a little magenta and purple and say that the bottom part here. Kabuki, that's what I was thinking, sort of that kabuki.
See, somebody knows it.
I knew that there was
We have smart people.
I knew it. It's kind of that look here. And then what you do, if you're having trouble with the mouth or something like that, let it dry and then come back with white paint and carve it out. Sometimes, it's, when you're doing all this, like for instance, like something like this, I might want to dry first. I want a little bit of blue here on this side of my face. Might want to dry that first, and let's put a little bit of light blue right here. A little bit of light blue right here on the eyes. Coming under the eyes like that. So I'm getting still getting that. And let me just put a hairdryer to this real quick, John. Do you have anything? Can you show them the Mardi Gras masks that we have on our site? I can show you guys these. We have these. We've done Mardi Gras masks every year. And these were some real simple ones that we've done that are on our website like that. And then we've got some much more elaborate ones. Look at this one. Isn't that just cool? And this one. And these are videos that are on our. I think one of these is on YouTube.
One's on YouTube, and the other one's also on our.
I think this one's on YouTube, and this one's on our website. Okay.
Also, that one is also for sale. Both of them are
for sale.
Yeah,
and then we also have them as downloadable lessons. Then we got another really cool one, gold one too. Do you have that one somewhere I can show? I'm going to dry that real quick so I can make some fast repairs.
No, I think the gold one did get sold.
Yeah, but don't you have it somewhere on the website? I mean, some way you can show people? No?
Well.
Okay, well, I have no...
Oh, well, hey, why don't you entertain the folk while I go plug you back in?
Yeah, plug me back in, right? What a thought, John, plug me back in. All right, so I'm going to show you those. I'm going to show you those a little longer because I think this one, see, these kind of all go, don't they? If you were doing them, I mean, if you have a collection of Mardi Gras masks, we've got some cool collections of Mardi Gras masks, which I think are really neat. So I'm going to suggest those, okay? Thanks, John. We're plugged in. I'll turn it off long enough for him to come over here and mute me. So, yeah, well, it was on, and I turned it off so that people wouldn't panic here over the, right?
I panic.
Well, apparently so, but, okay. All right, you ready? I'm going to turn it on.
Okay, go. All right. I think we had a couple donations come in while it's gone. Art Thank you for the donation. Thanks for the live lessons. Worth more than this. Well, we appreciate that. Every dollar helps. Each and every single one. Art made a donation, and we had Carolyn make a donation.
Thank you very much. So tell John, how are people going to be able to win the free lesson? How are we going to do that tonight?
Well, why don't we just turn on the old, let them start filling it up.
Start filling it out now while we're waiting. If you've never been a member of our Art Academy, want to win a free week, you can come under here like that.
Gals, if you've got the link for the free week, I've got it. I didn't copy it down myself. So what we're doing is people that have never been a member of our online academy, the website there at the bottom. Let me turn the one off at the top. The one at the bottom. If you've never been a member of that website, we'd like to, a nice member of ours gave us enough donations. She wanted 4 people to be able to participate for a week.
We have over 300 lessons, really awesome lessons on our website, which we think you would really enjoy if you've never tried us. And let's see, this is a little bit fun.
Oh, wait, your mic's off. Can you go back and start talking again?
No. Where did my picture go now? Oh, here. Okay. I lost my painting. I knew I was doing something here. All right. So what I want to go down here is with a little bit of white paint. I'm re-sculpting these lips again, right? Because I got them, because we got a little carried away. That's all right. Put a little bit of white here, right here on the lower lip. Okay.
Ginger's back.
Back and start. So sorry. We just want to re-sculpt these, okay? So we're just sort of exaggerating this, and we're going to make this a little smaller. Okay. So we're just going to refine the nose a little bit.
The secret word. Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, we'll
do 7 day again.
7 days to secret word if you want to, get that. So,
yep,
okay,
7 day.
7 day. So I'm going to take a little bit of the magenta now and put a little bit on the bottom part of the lip over the purple. Okay. And I want a little bit of blue here. This was pretty. In the original photograph, this upper lip was kind of blue. It was very bizarre. It had a very, very sharp bow. And very, very, very tight bow here. Okay, all right. So that's better with the mouth. Okay, so now I want to refine that nose a little bit. She's a little wide, which is okay. I mean, it's just, we drew it in, right? So now we're going to just soften the line around it. I don't want a big dark line around it. So take a little bit of white, soften that, right like that.
Ginger's not muted anymore. Secret word is 7 day. 7
days, okay. So now I want to just say where you're going to see that, just using this little brush right here, okay? A little tiny brush right there for the nostrils. Now, I want to just come up here with the eyes, take some purple, right? And I'm going to just round these eyes up a bit here like that. You're just in a mask situation. You're not really seeing the eyes so much because they're behind the mask. We're kind of exaggerating the top of these, right, like that. And underneath. All right, a little bit lighter in the center here. Don't want to lose that too much. A little bit lighter right there in the corners. All right, like that. And just, you don't need a lot of detail on this. You just need to be able to, have enough where it looks, pretty mask-like is what you're going for here. So it's just, there we go, like that. There you go. All right, something like that. All right, so now we've got this side of the face, and I'll take a little bit of mixing white. If you kind of overdo it on your shadows, you can put some mixing white over it, and it will soften it. Does that make sense? It will absolutely soften it. Okay, so I want a little bit of a shadow down here under the tip of her nose, right like this, on the very tip. Okay, like there. There. All right, so there's, let's see, what could we do here? A little phthalo blue. This angle brush is perfect for this. So I want to come up here and exaggerate some of these lines.
We had a couple of donations come through PayPal.
Oh gosh, you guys, this is so nice. I can't tell you how much we appreciate that. We really do. Okay, so a little bit of blue right here.
Carmen and Synthetasias or something like that. Something strange. Sounds like a dinosaur.
Okay.
Dinosaur name.
So I'm still playing with the face here. The face is probably going to take you probably the most time, because the dress and everything is real fast and easy, right? Because I know I want this tint, chin squared off a little bit.
I'd like to thank Anne Marie for her donation too.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. Very much. And I want a little bit of white right here on this lip right here, without having you look like Dracula. Okay, there we go. And I want a little bit of almost a purple, dark blue purple line underneath the lips like this. Like under here on the bottom, I want the little shadow there, down here like that, about halfway. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right, so now, so far so good, you guys. I'm happy with this. And here's a little bit of a, there you go. All right, so now I'm going to put let this dry for a minute. And let's go back and play with the rest of it, okay? So we might use a smaller brush this time. Here's a smaller bright brush. We can use that. Just, this is a number 10 short-handled brush, but anything you got. Let's take a little bit of mixing white now. Come off the shoulders here and come in this way. Just some loose strokes like this. Coming up here like this. Okay. Now, something up here like this. Top of her head. Okay. I'm going to come back. I know I'm going very fast, but I'm just kind of putting some color here. All right. Mixing white is neat because it's a little bit lighter than some of the others. I want a little bit, let's see, let's try ultramarine blue and white. It's a different blue, and you look at that when you say I want a little, almost like, the picture I took this from, she was just wearing a pile of scarves, so I had to sort of exaggerate the inspiration for this picture. She definitely was wearing kind of these weird scarves, and she had this sort of combination of these different blues coming over her like this. And around here like this and coming down. So you're talking about when you're doing something like this and you're trying to do it very loose, you've got to just see, let's pull this out a little bit, this shoulder out a little bit here. Just coming out like, right about here and down like that. There you go. Down and then off. Okay. So there's that. And let's see, I want a little bit of that turquoise color with a little bit of yellow in it and white. This beautiful turquoise blue color. Now isn't that a great color right here? Love this, okay? Maybe a little bit of that on her face. Okay, and maybe a little bit right here. Okay. Okay, so still playing with the colors, which I think is really kind of neat. Now we have a little bit of a light color right here under her chin like this. Let's just pull some light stuff here like that. And so again, I'm not going to talk too much about her scarf. Now what I did, which was a little bit different than in the photograph, I decided that what she really needed was feathers. I thought what really needed to happen here, which we need an angle brush for that. For sure. Where's our angle brushes? There, we'll use this one. What she really needed with feathers, but before I get too far on the feathers, I want to make sure I have all the, I have to have it dark where I need it dark. I want this sharp chin line here, like that. Like that. I want that kind of squared off chin. Maybe I want a little bit of a dark outline around the face, a little bit like that. Okay. And let's see, where else could I do with this blue? I know, I'm seeing what I need to do with that. I need to pull this up like that. There we go, around the eye. Okay, so if I'm doing that, do you see how I'm wiping the brush? So when I'm changing colors, I don't rinse it, I just wipe it, okay?
We'd like to also thank Dawes Fine Art for the donation as well.
Oh, thank you so much. It's really great, you guys. All right, see how you do an angle brush? Pinch it, go into the titanium white paint. Now,
And the pinching part is reforming it, giving it a sharp blade again.
You're reshaping it. Basically, is what I'm doing. Now, this is where you could use a little bit of water, mist on if you want to. Just kind of wake your paint up a little bit. This is where you might want a little bit of water, something like this, to get these nice. Or you could use a liquid flow paint too. Here's the feathers coming off of her hat like this. Like that, which is, I think, kind of fun. And then I said that there was some sort of wild feathers coming back this way, which I didn't want to talk about. Just suggested something this way out here like that. Okay. And let's see, back up on the top up here, on the top of her head, what I wanted was a little bit of dark coming up here like that. So I'll darken this using just like that. Pull some dark back this way. Okay, and how about in here a little bit of dark back in this way. Okay, and let's see, what do we got here? The ultramarine blue was a lot of this color underneath here like this. Under here like that. And then some light coming up this way. Everything came off. And let's see, we had, let's see, a little bit of it. I know this is going to seem, you're going, yeah, but I don't understand why you're doing one line or the other. What I'm trying to do is get this dark area, ultramarine blue and purple. I want some dark one right here, pretty dark. Maybe I'll put some red with that. I want something pretty dark right there on this front. And, cool. So
remember to use the link the girls have given you for the chance to win the 7 days. Do not use our website listed there on the bottom.
We're gonna do two drawings, right?
We'll pick 2 people out of this drawings that's coming in now, but do not use the website, not the Ginger Cook Gallery website.
Yeah, don't use that because that won't help you.
Okay? You won't be in the tally.
You won't. That won't help at all. Here's some darker blue here like that. Now, one of the things that you want with something like this is that one of the things that we want to be able to do is exaggerate these eyes a lot, right? I want to really exaggerate and kind of round up this eyes a little bit. So again, wipe all the paint off the brush, reshape it, get something really dark. Now, this is where the Posca pens could come in very handy. I want to just come up here like that, make sure that I've exaggerated that eye right there like that, and maybe brought something off it this way. And underneath like that, and underneath like that. Okay. Now you'll see in the mask I've got some scroll work on the face, and I think what you want for that is a little tiny brush. Just get a round brush like this, and you again reshape it. That's too long. That won't work. I feel like Goldilocks with the round brushes. All right, here's too long. Won't work. Let's try this one. What do I got? Try this one. Maybe this one will work. Tiny little brush, right there. Tiny little brush. Mist the paint. A little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow, kind of a turquoise green color. And what I want to do is I want to come up above the eye like this and make like these little question mark scrolly things, right, like that. All right, and put a little bit of the blue under here. Okay, get some new paint. This side didn't have it. But I thought the mask, I just thought this was a pretty mask anyway. The side didn't have it. A little bit of the light blue under here. Now, barely touching this on this side. Let's get some dark blue. This is very skinny here like that. Barely touching this. So what you want to make sure is that this is really dry. So if you don't like it, you can absolutely wipe it out. You know, if you're not happy with it, then you can take it right off. Okay, so that's what you want to do. Let's put a little bit of blue right there. And again, this is where Posca pens can become very handy. If you find this is just too much detail for you. Okay, that's okay. use a pen, one of these Posca pens. She had some little dots under this eye right here, okay? So now we're pretty close to being done. I know this sounds kind of crazy, but we're very close to being done with this. I know you guys thought this was just, and again, see, I want you to see that. So we've pretty much created this sort of abstract mask. One of the things we want to do is, are you doing okay, John? I hear some noise over there.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking.
What's going on?
I'm just monitoring all the activities going on here, kiddo.
All right, so I want to make sure that
Busy place.
I want to lighten something up here, right like that. And I think I want to, I'm just playing around with some color. I want a little color surprise.
Apparently, I keep missing. Kayleen made a donation to us. I apologize for missing that. I've been over at the other computer, and we thank you for your donation.
Oh, thank
and
you
by
very
golly, we just can't thank you enough.
Hey, listen, thank you very much, you guys. And you can't tell how much I appreciate it. Now, look here. Why did I do that? Because this is orange is the complement of purple. Well, yellow is the complement of purple, but orange. We're in these shades of blue and orange, so and yellow and orange. So when I put a little of this orange color, orange is the complement of turquoise. So, and I do a little bit of that just right here. That's a little color, what I would call color surprise. And I'll put a little bit of mixing white with that color. And I put a little bit of this color up in here like that. Kind of wiggled it around, just did something like this. And that's it. Though I might put a little bit on this eye, like this, above this eye. I liked a little bit of this color right on this eye right here. Okay. And I still think I'd like a little bit more magenta on the lips right here. I think this could do this a little more like that on the lips. Okay.
Does Ginger ever have a day when she just doesn't feel like painting?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Sure. It just depends, sure. People have days like that. You got to be inspired by what you want to do, okay? I'm going to, this is kind of a sharp line here. I'm going to soften this a little bit. Right like that. There's that shadow line right there. Needed the shots. You can come back. I guess the point I'm making is you can come back and adjust your mask and the lights and the darks on your mask. Absolutely come back on that. No problem. Let me just kind of push that in on the lips a little bit right there. And pinch the brush and take a little bit of, I want a little bit more white on the nose coming down here like that. And just small little things like this. You can change a lot just by doing stuff like this. And I want to put a little bit of white right between the right in the very center here like that. Using the corner of the brush. Take that white right there. Barely touch it. Okay. Try to kind of refine the nose a little bit on our picture. I feel like, it wasn't in the other one, but I feel like just a little bit of color right here, and I'm going to add some. You don't have to if you don't like it, but I just feel like we needed a little color over here. Sometimes, you kind of see stuff like that, and you do want something that's a little bit different. It's really easy to kind of overwork something like this. I don't want to do that, but I want to make sure I've got my lights coming up this way. Definitely want some light up on top of the head here. This is the mixing white. Just go over this chin a little bit so it's not, soften that chin. Oh, I like that better. That's pretty. There, softening that chin. I think I got that mouth a little small. I think I want to make it a little bigger right here. Like that. And this is in just degrees of so little, it's not funny. When you're talking about making something slightly bigger, okay? You don't want to do it too much. Let me show you what the pens do. Here's a kind of a neat pen. I'll show you what they do, which is kind of cool. Now, remember, when you open them, you pump them a little bit so they write. So it's like something on the face like this. This pen would give you a more delicate line, okay, like under the eye. And this is well worth doing. Okay, and I'm just going to exaggerate the corners of her eyes with the pen like this. Okay, which is, I mean, it's hard to do that with a brush when you're doing something this small. Okay, I mean, it really is. I might just come here with the pen like this, do a little bit on the nose, and the same thing with the mouth. Put my glasses on so I can see. This is the kind of thing where you can, you know, use the pen on the mouth maybe and kind of get it. There you go. Remember I told you I wanted a little bit of a darker line underneath it. So you can really get the detail on that, I think, pretty well. And that's worth doing with a little pen like this. And I don't know, I'd say I'm pretty close to finished. The thing that part of me wants to do is just put another coat of white on the mask, because I feel like you know how acrylics dry darker over the purple. I feel like maybe I could do a little bit whiter right here, as long as I have some clean white. See, just a little bit lighter on this mask here. And if I'm pinching it here, back of the brush, I'll melt that in, so I don't have a line like that. Just want that a little bit lighter. All right, you guys, what do you think? I think that's our picture. Was that pretty easy tonight? Huh?
It looked a lot harder than it ended up being. I
know it did, didn't it? I might just make this a little bit lighter, just a little bit wider right there. Just widen that up a little bit. And
Denise would like to know, is Ginger, John, and Sammy looking forward to their cruise?
Oh, we're so excited. We're leaving Wednesday on this cruise. We'll just get some white.
Well, speaking of that, this won't matter. See, we should have announced that last night.
Oh, you know, did you guys know we have a super auction going on our website too right now? Our auction website with Valentine's Day auction. We've got some beautiful paintings from our lessons that you know, the wonderful from the lessons. Let me just do a little more of the feathers here, as long as I'm playing, right? I'm just an ultramarine blue like that, right? And I think I'll put some up going up this way too. We got beautiful auction stuff going on. I think this one needs more feathers. All right, like that. All right. Oh gosh, that's fun. Is this fun? Anybody else think this is fun? I think this is really fun. Shoop. Don't you love these angle brushes? You cannot beat an angle brush. Wow. gotta hand it to the silver people. They made a great, and I want to come a little bit over here like that, maybe even in front of her face like that with the feathers. There. Okay, you guys, I think I like this one better than the other one. This is more my favorite of the two. Make sure I've got the nose wide enough. Ooh, I don't want to keep playing with that. Yeah, I'm telling you what, one thing, when you start changing things, you can go from really great to just sad really fast. But see, that's still blue. Let's try a little white.
Did we ever do a lesson that the birch tree with the heart in it? Was that a lesson?
That was the birch tree with the heart in it was it was a tribute to Father's Day, and it was a speed painting, and we had music with it. Remember?
No.
Well, some of us remember these things.
So we never did a lesson on that.
No, really. Well, you watched me use the palette knife for it. It really wasn't a lesson, though. Okay.
And we have a couple of very unique paintings that
never had lessons. Never had lessons. Really cool, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then some that did have lessons that were really popular lessons. Okay. And just seeing where my white is, right?
Oh, now let's go back to our cruise. We're just going to we'll be back Monday for our live show Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central. But our Sunday show, we're going to move it to Tuesday afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Good thinking, Babalu. Tell everybody.
But we needed to tell that last night to the Sunday people, and we forgot.
We're sorry. We forgot.
So if you see them if you're at the coffee shop, could you let them know?
Yeah, if you see those guys.
Yeah. So Sunday's show next week will be on Tuesday.
Yeah, that will be on Tuesday. All right. So you guys, there we go. That's our gal. I'm going to just stop here.
I like that one. I like that better than the first one, too.
I do, too. I like it better. But, you get a little better with practice. You hope so, right? get a little better with practice and things that you're doing. These Posca pens come in these great colors, which I really like. Though I like this blue right here on that one. I really like that blue color. Isn't that funny how you get certain colors and you really like it? And does anybody own any Southern Ocean Blue? You guys own any of that color? Anybody ever buy any of that? Southern Ocean Blue?
I have.
This is a great color. Have you ever used this? This is from Matisse. It's a combination of phthalo blue, phthalo green, and white. And let me show you what it does. Look at that. Isn't that just the most gorgeous blue? Look at that. It just
is a blue that's...
That is a great blue, isn't it?
So
look, just a little bit of that. Look what a little tiny bit of that did.
A little color surprise here and there.
Color surprise here and there. It's just too good, isn't it? So, all right. Well, sorry, I get so digressed. But sometimes people say, what color should I buy? Can you make that maybe with phthalo green, phthalo blue, and a little white? But boy, that's sure pretty, isn't it? That bright, and that was that bright kind of light blue that was around the eyes, too. What was that? So you can see how, I always say I'm done, and then I look at it and go, yeah, but if I had that, well, what's this? I guess that's the brush. Look at this blue. Let's put enough white with that. Look at this blue color around the eye.
Now you do that, and
I love this color. Just love this. Oh my gosh! How about a little bit darker bit right there? Oh yeah, what a great color. All right, sorry. Too fun. All right, so we'll take a Posca pen and sign them. We have we bought all these Posca pens. I haven't opened most of them, right? But I do like some of them. And I like the fine points the better. And they don't call them fine point. What do they call the real fine ones, John?
Fine tip.
Do they call them that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Well, they have 1 millimeter and...
That's what I said, 1 millimeter or something. They call uni Poscas.
You know what you could tell? By looking at the cap, look at the cap.
Yeah.
See how it's a clear?
Yeah.
Those are thin line.
The clear ones are thin.
And the black are thick.
Look at that. Well, see, that would have been helpful. Where was this information? You've known this all along, and you've been hiding this from us?
But
look at
that black looks wrong. Have you switched caps?
No.
It won't work if you switch caps.
No.
Let me see it.
I don't think I switched caps. That's the wide one. And this is the skinny one.
Yeah, the skinny ones are clear.
The skinny ones are clear. Well, didn't you think that would have been helpful to know?
Well, I told you.
No, you didn't just now.
I just told you now.
Well, yeah, but I've had these for months, and he knew this all this time and didn't share that, you know?
I have to have job security. I don't want you to fire
so,
me.
Huh? All right, so here's my signature on this. And also, this is a good one for the, if you're having trouble with the
feathers.
With the feathers. You can use these for the feathers, too, right? I'm just saying, right?
You're just saying. We heard you say it.
You just heard me? You heard me say it?
Because
yeah?
I know you're just saying it.
Yeah, well, all right. So you could, right?
So what size was that Posca pen?
That was the fine point.
I know. Do you know what size that is?
Well, look,
I don't have any fines over here. You don't give me the fines.
It is. What does it say on it? Who knows? It's called the Japanese something. BC 1 millimeter.
Is it 1 millimeter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the fine point. In case anybody wants to know that. The rest is in Japanese, so I couldn't tell you, but. This is done by Mitsubishi Pencil Company. Well, but these are awesome, you guys. I'm just saying, okay?
You're just saying again. You do say a lot, don't you?
I do, and I wonder, you know what I mean? It just,
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
You signed it. It's done.
I'm sorry. All right, I won't touch it anymore. I think it's very pretty. Don't you think it's kind of cool, you guys? I think it's kind of neat, and I think that, we've got this neat Mardi Gras thing, and really getting into the spirit of Mardi Gras and loose. This is called painting loose. All right, painting loose, which is a good thing. Now we're going to do a 10-minute. Let's draw right now for our winners for our 1-week lessons.
You got some 6x8?
No, just give me some 6x8s. And while we're doing that, I'll start my 10-minute painting, and someone will win that, and we'll start the contest for that. But right now, we'll just do this.
Okay. Let's go back to what we were doing.
Yeah, what were we doing? I give up.
Okay, we're going to stop everybody has entered, the wanted to enter for the 7-day giveaway. We're going to shut that one down. So it disappeared from the screen again.
Okay, so I move this. Can I move this? Yeah, yes. I sure would like a dark color right there.
A dark color where?
Right here. Just right there.
I knew you weren't going to be done.
Just some dark color right there. Sorry, just needed it, you know. Sometimes you can see it. Don't you love a pen that does that? How good is that? Okay. All right, so there's our pen. And
all
again,
right, I have the 10-minute giveaway link.
All right, let's draw for our winners now, you guys. For our winners for the week.
Do you know what you're going to be drawing tonight? Oh, we're going to use mass. Let's see. Hold on. Hold this thought. Hold it. What is with all these? What else going on down there?
Okay, so we're gonna we're talking about
there.
The big silence is somebody's gonna win 1 week. 2 people are going to win. Two people going to win 1 week with us at our Art Academy and access to over 300 lessons, and which is kind of cool. So whatever you can, you know, want to paint in that week, you know, and then remember every week we put out new artwork. So maybe there's a particular painting you want to do, and you just have to tell us when you want your week to start. If those of you who like those book paintings, you could probably do that in a week, maybe. Think you could, maybe. It just depends how fast you paint. But we got a lot of 1 cookie lessons, 2 cookie lessons, beginner, you know, beginner, intermediate, advanced, and you know, gosh, let's just really get down to it and paint. We got all these neat lessons. I think you guys will really like them.
Are you going to pick the number?
Yeah, what's the number?
From 1 to 145.
All right, the number is from 1 to 145, and the number is 103.
103 is the lucky winner. 103, 103.
103.
Annette Dickinson.
Annette Dickinson, come on down. You have won 1 week.
Oh, listen to you. You sound like Bob Barker.
That's right. You won a 1 week thing. And the next number I'm going to pick, okay, out of all that, from what were my choices from 1 to 101?
45.
145. The next number
Dickinson.
is 33.
33. Excellent choice.
I like it.
If I was going to pick a number, I would have picked that.
Okay, and I'm going to do one more because it's my birthday.
Whoa.
All right? I'm going to do one more from me because it's my birthday on the 1st of February. So I'm going to do...
Wait, I have to announce the last winner, which is Rhonda Mobley.
Rhonda Mobley, you have won.
Come on down.
Okay, and then my birthday winner is going to be... he was born in 1947, so it's going to be 47.
So you told everybody how old you are.
Oh, I don't care if anybody knows. You can kind of look and tell, but, you know, 47. All right, so it's number 47.
And that is Teresa Selberg.
Teresa Selberg. All right, so those are our 3 winners for our week of Academy Fine Art lessons. So congratulations and very much. And now I'm going to be doing a 10-minute painting. Now listen, you guys that are watching this later on a recording, and I get these messages, how do I enter? You can't. It's for our live audience. We appreciate our live audience. We got a nice group out here. We appreciate our moderators. We want to answer questions. I will try to answer some questions while I am doing this. All right. So I'm going to be painting
I hope
this.
everybody got their...
So everybody heard that about
who knows? The congratulations are flying. You're giving the store away. We're out of business. We're going out of business sale.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's what you said here. Okay.
Okay, so those that are the winners, Teresa, Annette, and Rhonda, please use the contact us so we can tell you what to do. Thank you very much. Oh, we're going to do a little mask. I can tell.
Well, it's kind of a Mardi Gras thing, right?
It is. I can see that.
So I thought we would do a little Mardi Gras mask as our giveaway picture today. Why not, right? So what an excellent idea, Ginger.
It was a super idea, Ginger.
Super idea. It's just extraordinary the good ideas I have, isn't it? And I thought of that just now. This is how much preparation goes into one of these shows. Going, what could I paint? I have no clue. What should I paint? Okay. So one of the things that we're going to do, what we learned, we're going to start here. And what did we learn tonight with this? We're going to start here with the kind of our colors, and we're going to be playing with some interesting colors. Let's see. Let's start with some dark background here like this, and a little bit of purple, And we're just gonna play around here like this. This is our Mardi Gras mask. I hope, you know, I went to Mardi Gras in New Orleans one time, years ago, back in the early 90s. I went, and that's fun. If you've never been to Mardi Gras in New Orleans, they've got one in Galveston too, but it's not, to me, it's not as, even though I'm Texan, it's not, to me, it's not as interesting.
Well, it's not the real thing.
Well, you know, they do some, but I mean, the one in New Orleans, the real deal. These people, you know, work all year on their mask floats and everything, and they have, you know, it's so many people in the streets. Okay, and I got to tell you that you've got that they always warn you about pickpockets and stuff, and they tell you to where I was kept. I thought this was pretty clever. Where I kept my funds was I wore boots, and I just kept my driver's license and my credit card in my shoe, my boot, in the inside of my boot. Didn't carry a purse because, you know, that's one of the things that you have to kind of watch out for when there's so many people. It's like a wave of people going up and down those streets and waiting for the you know, floats and everything. Very interesting to do, though. I've never done carnival in Brazil, but I thought this was, you know, Mardi Gras was very, very interesting in New Orleans. It's just something that, you know, you got to at least do it once. Stay in the French Quarter and really get the whole ambiance of the whole place. What do you guys think about that? Yeah. So let's see. What are we looking for here? White paint. I hope this was fun. I like this lesson a lot with the mask. I think you can do this easily. I think it'll be really fun.
Carol would like to know, do cruise lines give special rates for the tech bear? You would think.
Well, you know, but what we do, one of the things that happens when we go on a cruise, we still do personal art coaching. John and I work. I know it's kind of crazy to go on a cruise and work, but John and I literally work for a few hours every day when we're on a cruise. So even when we're on vacation, we really aren't totally on vacation because we're constantly, you know, I have so many art critiques I do for people every day. So several hours every day on people who send me their artwork, and because I take this very seriously. And the question often comes up, well, how often can I send you paintings? Well, technically, we've told people, you know, 3 a week, but, you know, if you rush through and send me 3 a week, you're going to get a rush through answer. If you take your time on a painting and let me send it back to you several times during the week where you work on it, okay, so I think you'd get a lot more out of it myself. That's just my personal, you know, feeling about, you know, how you might want to do that, okay?
Now, anybody can enter for this painting.
Anybody can enter for this winter. Yeah, anybody can enter.
Anybody on planet Earth.
Anybody.
That's currently live in the studio audience.
Anybody can enter for this.
Remember the studio audience? Remember those days?
Yeah, I remember when they used to give you gifties for buying gas at their gas stations, you know?
Yeah.
They would then they turned on you. Did you just feel like they all turned on you? And I thought we were all friends. Apparently not, right? Just wow, right? And then suddenly it was just the gas. Remember the gas wars?
Oh, I remember.
And then they would sit there and they would announce on TV.
19 cents, man. 19 cents a gallon.
Well, I was telling John one time, the Cinnamon's dad, we were living in Aspen at the time. We'd gone to Glenwood Springs. And gas had turned into 45 cents a gallon. And so Colby had said, that's it. I'm not giving anybody 45 cents a gallon, and just yelled at the station attendants. I'm not doing that. I'm going to walk first. And I'm thinking, man, you're such a moron. You know, just, what are you going to walk first? Sure you are. So, of course, we went to the gas station just, you know, up the street and paid the 45 cents, okay? Of course, that's what we did. But, I mean, it was just so crazy to me. And then you think about what it is now, and I don't know. I just think that's very, very odd. He used to do very odd things.
Here's a quick question for Ginger. Ginger.
Yeah?
Ginger says to invest in red paint. What would be her top 5 colors we should purchase? From Nevis.
Well, you know, your top 5 colors, you should have the very best white you can buy. You know what I mean? Which is, some people actually think golden makes the best white on the market. There's a school of thought. A lot of people only like gold and white, and they do make a very good white. I mean, I'm not saying I don't dislike Matisse white, but people say, you know, what's your best white? Something, you know, what has the, you know, best coverage, you know, that kind of thing. So when you're talking about something like that, you know, what, you know, what's our, you know, what are some top colors? And of course, Cad Red Medium, a really good Cad Red Medium. And then if you've got Cad Yellow Medium, get Cad Yellow Light, you know. And that's a good color to have, even though you don't see me use it. I don't use a lot of these colors in my regular teachings because, and here's why. There's just, people just have so much money, and you can paint just about anything with all the colors I have. But Matisse makes the best reds on the planet. In my opinion, they make the best reds on the planet, in my opinion. And, you know, they've got some number 7 reds that are awesome. They're dark. And I don't have it in front of me now, so I can't exactly give you the exact, you know, colors, but let's see, what's this one? This is a 7, Matisse Scarlet Deep. That is a great color. It's a great red.
That's a very expensive one.
It's a very expensive one. It's like $30 or $40 a tube. But if you ask me, it's not necessarily must-have. Would be nice to have, you know, when somebody's, you know, offering you to, you know, to do things, right? So, now let's see. Now, one of the things we're going to do is we're going to get out some. Here's something that Golden has, and if you just got all the money and you want to just buy yourself some stuff, get yourself some extra paint. Get yourself like a titanium white in the fluid paints. They come in little sizes too, like this. You don't have to buy the big one, right? Here's Indian Yellow Hue, that's small, but you can get yourself like white and brown, dark brown, maybe a light brown, something that anytime, you know how you have certain things that you have to make real thin lines with? Brown for trees. Here's the white. And I love that because I thought it would be, we're doing that. So let's just start. Look at that. Look at that beautiful. Let's see, where's my little one? Where's my little tiny brush for this? My littlest brush for this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at the feathery strokes I get on this. And I want to put some of this green with it too. This. Don't you just, gosh, colors are so fun, aren't they?
Colors are so fun.
I just love color. I just love color. You don't think colors are fun, John? You just don't. You just, well, what can I say about you, right? You don't think so, huh?
Yeah. Hey, you know, I'm happy for you.
I know, because I mean, you know, not all of us see colors the same. You know, some.
Not all the what colors?
Not everybody sees the same colors,
no,
and not everybody sees the colors the same either. You know.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, they just don't. I'm having fun with this. You guys okay with it? So I'm painting away with this.
How do you put in for the 10-minute painting giveaway? See the link that's on your screen at the bottom of the screen? Type that into your favorite browser and enter. And the girls will put the link up there again once they hear this message in approximately 35 seconds.
Okay.
A&P. Remember A&P?
Oh, yeah, I do.
They're the ones with the green stamps. You got your encyclopedias, drinking glasses. Carol is running down memory lane.
Well, I mean, it's, you know, it's fun to talk to other people that still remember this, right? I mean, you know, we're also, do you remember when you always had to have a dime in your pocket for, you know, for your cell phone? Remember that? Anybody else?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You just, you know, you needed...
Always make sure you have a dime with you.
Yeah, you had to make it. You know, you had to make sure you had, you know, had money for your cell phone.
I don't think a dime would do you any good these days.
No, you know, just not cell phone, but for a payphone, because you know that you know you just couldn't count on that happening, right? So here we go.
Oh yeah, laundry soap with a kitchen towel giveaway in the box.
Oh yes, right. And then what about all the toys they used to put in cereal boxes? And Cracker Jacks and stuff, right? They had great toys too. But one thing about it, once the toy manufacturers discovered Saturday morning cartoons, all parents were kind of lost, weren't they? Right?
I want that cereal that's got the magic ring in it.
Yeah, I know. Just everybody was kind of lost when we did that. I'm sort of having fun with this. You guys don't mind, right?
Just no, you go right ahead. Enjoy yourself.
I'm just, you know, having fun with the, you know, with the Mardi Gras.
We're just running down memory lane.
We're going down memory lane. You remember when and all the stuff you used to get. And, well, did you have play clothes and school clothes?
Oh, absolutely.
That you had to change after school? Absolutely. Play clothes and school clothes? And everybody went outside and played?
Yep.
That's sort of an interesting kind of a concept that's seen better days, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you don't see that anymore so much, right? And I think we want to...
Oh, so Susan is asking a question. I watched the frame video and Ginger talked about getting George to help. Who was George?
George is my ex-husband.
Did he help you in that video?
He did. I went and got him to help. You know, he was happening to be.
You didn't hear me yelling at you when I was
Yeah,
up
well,
in
you
Michigan?
were, yeah, no, you got George to help, yeah. And,
Did he shake his head too like I was?
yeah, he just didn't understand why I was having trouble. I know that it's a hard concept, people, to appreciate, right? And I just, but I wasn't getting the diagram. It made no sense to me. I could look at that diagram all day long, and my dyslexia perhaps was getting the better of me. But I, for one, had no idea what that silly diagram was suggesting. I had no idea. Okay, and
well, how many cookies was the original painting? I put it down as a 2. After seeing you do it, I almost give it a 1. But
which one?
The mask.
The
blue Mardi Gras mask for 2018.
Oh, I think it was pretty easy, wasn't it, you guys? I mean, you're tracing it on here. I thought it was pretty easy. No, you're not. Everybody's going no. All right, so
we're going to classify it as a two cookies.
This is where it would be nice to have the pens, right? I would say this is where pens would come in really nicely on something like this. But I'll keep going with this a little while, and then I'll play with the pens a bit while we're talking about it. So let's take a drawing for this one, John, pretty quick, and I know people are wondering. Let's see, what else do we want to tell people? Yeah.
Well, Ginger says to buy multiple reds and yellows because they are primies. What about blues?
Well, you know, I love Southern Ocean blue, and people have their preference of blues. I always buy phthalo blue and ultramarine blue, and I've got, when I did Adventures of Glue, I've got blue. I did Adventures of Blue there on YouTube. I've got every blue that Matisse makes. I never even get them out. So that's just, how crazy is that? I do not get them out. So that itself ought to say something, right? About when you're talking about something like that.
Last call for the 10-minute painting. Last call.
I'm going to dry this, John, and then come back with my pens and do a little bit of detail work around the eyes.
Okay.
I think I want to do that.
I think we'll let you do that.
Okay.
It's really quite pretty.
So want to be able to do a little bit of that, right?
How does Ginger stay so loose? What's her secret?
Well, one thing about it is, do you notice how I'm holding the brush? You guys see how I'm holding the brush very loose in the hand, and everything's from the shoulder down. Okay, you guys see that? So we're not talking about let's get a little orange here. We're talking about how you hold your brush. Everything's from the shoulder, not really tied up here on the wrist, right? So, that would be one thing that I would suggest that, we consider, when you're talking about what to do with when you're, I like the orange here. Didn't you like the orange? Was a nice added detail to all this turquoise, right?
It almost looked like it got one orange that you were using yesterday, but I see you mixed it.
Yeah, I did. I mixed it.
Got a pretty
you can make just about anything. Sometimes the convenience is just owning the color. Does that make sense? You can mix just about anything. The thing of it is you can't really make a good. Ooh, this is pretty, isn't it? With starting to get all these greens and blues in there, it's kind of pretty. We need a little more white in here too. Let's see what we can do with that. And I'll dry it and. See, we need some more of this fine line white for my feather. I'm going to dry it a little bit.
So what's your secret of staying so loose?
I'm painting from the shoulder.
Oh.
I'm painting from the shoulder, not from the... Now I painted this enough where I can come over the top.
All right, we're going to close up the drawing line here.
All right, we're going to close it up. Yeah, we're going to close it up.
Take that away. You down there, so we get a little bit of the top one. All right. Are we ready?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to dry this real quick, you guys. And John's going to look and see what you've got. But I kind of like this. Don't you guys kind of like it? Kind of pretty? All right, going?
Yeah, I've muted you. I'm going to just wait here to unmute you because last time I forgot to unmute you. Thanks everybody for entering. While she's drying that up, we'll tally the numbers, see what we got, and see who the lucky winner is of today's drawing for this mask, gold mask. I'll have to give it a name. Tanya needs this painting. Well, Tanya, you can paint it yourself. She showed you how to do it. Simple enough to do, guys. If she can do it in 10 minutes, you can do it in an hour. Come on.
So what do we got here, you guys? What do we got?
On.
I'm back on. I'm gonna. It's dry enough where I can use this pan a little bit to make some fine lines for this for my feathers. What do you think? Got a little bit of that going here. I wanted to try. Weren't you kind of curious? Well, I've got all these colors. Who wants to know what the gold looks like? If it is even any good. I want to know what the gold looks like, man.
1 to 290. You want to pick, or you want Alexa to pick it?
All right, it's 290 to win this, and so I think it's only fair to have the computer pick it this time. I picked the winner, so go ahead and have the computer pick who's going to win this. And I want to just show you to see how long I'm shaking this, and then I'm going to. Let's see. Let's see. Now here's some gold. Let's see if it works. Shall we see if it works?
Wait. Are you going to stay in one area so I can zoom in?
Yeah, zoom in on the eyes. Okay. Well, I could see if you were doing something like this. I don't know if the metallic gold looks more gold than anything else I'm doing. I don't know if it does. I think it's pretty fine. This is a clear cap, so that's really a fine gold.
That's a fine point.
It's a really fine point gold.
So now she's going to place right here.
So I could sign my name in it, right? But that's not going to show up even. All right, the fine point gold. It's not to put too fine a point on it, but I'm not real impressed, right? I mean, it's okay.
Not impressed with that one for that
particular application. Yes.
Ooh, we thought of the same word. Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Isn't that what it was?
You say that? I never heard that expression. What do you mean, jinx, you owe me a Coke?
When you say the same thing at the same time. No, you haven't heard that?
No. Anybody else heard that?
Oh, well, we're going to have to find out on that one.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke?
Yeah, because you say the same thing at the same time.
I never heard that, John. I have just got to tell you, I have never.
Do you think that's a Midwest thing?
Is it a Midwest thing? Because I have never heard that. And, we have so many things that we have heard together,
Yeah, we have heard a lot of things together. You're absolutely right. Almost every day we hear something. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I do hear things.
Do you? Well,
yeah.
Gosh, he's quick on the uptake, isn't he? Right? So maybe I am too.
We have some yeses and we have some no's, so it must be a Midwest thing.
I never heard. Anyway, that's new.
They say it in Michigan. They said it in Ohio. Is it? Yes, it's a Coke. I'm sorry, you lose this one.
Well, I don't. Why do we have to have winners and losers?
Because we always have to. It's competition between us.
Is there? I don't know. When you always win, I hate to. I don't even enter anymore. I just assume I've won. Right? Are you in some sort of competition? It must be very frustrating for you.
Alexa, pick me a number between 1 and 290.
Yeah.
Your random number between 1 and 290 is 217.
217. Thank you, Miss Alexa. See, I can talk to her.
All right. Who won this, John?
Mark Berg.
No, Berg. He's one of our.
He's one
of
our
people. Members. All right, Mark. All right. We
Mark,
know you.
Congratulations. You are the proud winner of this mask.
How cool is that, Mark? This is so cool. I would just put the brush down and say, congratulations. I think this is sort of fun. Now, this was, you can see these all kind of go. You get the feeling, somebody said, get the sort of feeling how you can do happy Mardi Gras stuff. Yeah? Yeah? Yes? And then yes and no?
Congratulations,
yes
Mark.
Yes.
Do send us your address so we can mail this right off to you. ASAP.
Yeah, let's do that. There you go. Yeah.
That was a fun one.
This was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. We will see you guys our next live.
Okay, wait. Let's think about that for a second. Do we actually see them? I'm just asking the question.
What is your middle name? Nitpicky here tonight?
You say we'll see you next week.
we're going to see you. Well, we're not going to see you Sunday, but we're going to see you next week at
7:30 p.m.
Central Time on Monday, and we're going to tell you all about this cruise. You're going to get the inside skinning on what we did, sort of. That'll be fun, right? And we've got a little gang of artists that are going with us, Sharon and Becky, and we got a couple, some other people. Those names are escaping me right this second, but there's like a gang of us. We're all going to eat dinner and do stuff together. Might even paint together. There's a gaggle of people, right? So we're gonna. It's gonna be fun, you guys. So I think we can really we can look forward to a very, very happy time, and we'll tell you all about it. And also look for live feed from the ship.
Really?
Maybe on. Don't you think we can do that in port or something?
We've never been able to. We can't find a fast enough connection.
Well, then I lied. Don't look. But what if we did it, right? And then what would you be? Then you'd feel kind of silly, right? Wouldn't you feel a little silly?
I certainly would.
Yeah, well, there you go, right? All right, you guys. There's our picture. Mark, I'm not going to touch it anymore. It's all yours, and I hope you guys enjoyed painting this.
Well, they can't see that because look at all the stuff I got all over this. Hold on, let me.
I give up.
Let me turn off things.
Turn some stuff off. I think this was really great. We're going to move this out of the way.
Yeah, palette's gone.
Okay.
You need the art cam. Where's me? Get rid of me.
Yeah. All right. Well, we tried the gold. I wasn't.
There we go.
The gold didn't really do it for me, but might have. So here we go. So this was our fun thing with the purples and
our fun thing.
Yellows and what are the colors of Mardi Gras? It's really blues and yellows and gold. Well, purples, yellows, and greens are Mardi Gras colors.
It's really anything, isn't it?
Yeah, anything
goes. There, we got it. We're framed up.
All right. So if you want to learn, more about these mask kind of things like this and like this, check out our website and YouTube also. And I'll link our mask on YouTube to this one. Okay, I'll make sure that there's a link. I'll find it and make a link so you can see. You can do them both and start painting away, you guys. Fun.
When is Mardi Gras this year?
And Alexa? Our wave and water. Wait a minute. Our wave and water is almost done.
What brought that up?
Well, because we didn't show the picture because you were going to run and get it.
Oh, that's in the
So our wave and water, you guys, is almost done.
It's compiling out even as we speak. Be uploaded. Might be tonight or tomorrow.
I have to put a little bit more color right here
because it
dried.
You signed it. You said you were done.
Yeah, it dried, right?
Oh.
And it got dried a little darker. So I just had
acrylics dry dark. So keep that in mind, people.
I had to go back and touch it up. But I think this was really great fun. Thanks.
It was really great fun.
We just enjoy you so much, and please subscribe to our channel if you've not already, and check out our Ginger Cook Acrylic Painting Club on Facebook because that is a great gang of fun people.
You didn't even talk about that, and we're
at 2,800 people, and we're gonna close it off at 4,000.
1,200 to go.
1,200 to go. So get in on the ground floor. If
you're not in, get in now.
Get in on the ground floor. Get grandfathered in.
At the Facebook. What do we call that? Facebook.
Ginger Cook Acrylic Painting Club on Facebook.
The Ginger Cook Acrylic Painting Club on Facebook.
That's
exactly.
Right.
That's what
Did
it
I
says.
stutter? Did I stutter?
You even had it right. All right, everyone. That's it for us tonight. We'll see you next week because she says we'll see you. So we will.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm a student, I say with glee, of Ginger Cook's Academy. Take your time and do not rush. Use ruby satin, silver brush. Don't use black and mix the green. Learn what blend and grayscale mean. Yes, I hope each day to earn coaching praises as I learn. I'll be an artist, wait and see. Ginger means the world to me.